Oh, yes. there is such a good feeling of, it's so good. I forgot what winning felt like, but winning against Chelsea is something special. We've got Super Mick Arteta. He knows exactly what we need. Nuno at the back, Gabby in attack. Who needs anyone else? Because we've got Eddie and Nketiah. As if Eddie and Nketiah. Let the apologies rain down. What was I saying this morning? I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play him again this season. I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't play Laka. It goes to show why I talk about football and why I don't manage football. And that goes for all of us. Because, Eddie and Nketiah, who would have thought? Turning up against Chelsea. 4-2. Arsenal 4. Chelsea 2. How are we doing? Chat box. How are we, people? Oh, drop those likes in the chat box, people. Drop them hard. And drop that little trust the process emoji if you would. Just drop that into the little chat box. Just, because I know you're watching. So drop that little trust the process into the chat box, guys. Do that for me. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Get those emojis in, members. Hello, people. How we doing, boys? How we doing, girls? How are we this fine evening? Let's go, Gunners. Indeed, Joseph. Come on, you Gooners, says David. Joseph says 3-game slide, and this is the best remedy possible. Paul says, FFS, where was this Arsenal against Brighton? That's what we're going to ask. That is ultimately what we're going to be asking. Why have I got so many buttons undone? Oh, hold on. I'm going to get demonetized. Jesus. Yeah, where was this Arsenal against Brighton? Where was it against Southampton? Unbelievable scenes. Troy, the dream is still alive. What a performance. John, for all the bitter Chelsea fans crying, 1, I'm here for it all. 2, Diego Costa says hi. Matt G, lose to Southampton, beat Chelsea. Is that the most Arsenal thing you've ever seen? And that's why I predicted a 1-0 Arsenal win. Didn't quite get the scoreline, but my goodness, did I get the result. Absolutely spot on. Terence Tibbs, yes, baby. Noel Tollerback, I'm telling you, next season with more signings and depth. I need to go onto Curtis's Twitter. Curtis, man, I love your content, bro, but I have to quote your tweet. I'm going to have to quote this tweet because it caught my eye before the game came out. Before the game started. Holding El Neni and Nketiah starting in 2022. Imagine what Arteta could do with Oh, wow. Brilliant. I love the irony of Twitter sometimes. It's just a great place. I hate it when it mugs me off because, it mugs me off. But Curtis, much love, man. But, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff indeed. Tebow, so Arsenal, Arteta in or Arteta out tonight? Let's just talk about Arsenal in. Why do I have to focus on Arteta? Let's just focus on Arsenal. Arsenal are back in the race for top 4. They've absolutely lifted themselves into the race for top 4 with their Eddie and Nketiah. Let's just have an Eddie and Nketiah loving for the next few minutes because I was so critical. So critical of the interview. So critical of the decision from Arteta to play him. Critical of what he brought to the team. And actually what you saw tonight from Eddie Nketiah was a player absolutely, fully and wholeheartedly committed. And that's all I can ask for from players. That's all I can ask for is for a player to be absolutely 110% committed to the cause. And that was a player that was. That was not a player focused on their future, not a player focused on what might come next in terms of an offer, in terms of their contract. Oh, Jesus. Just so much fun seeing him play and press and fight and finish. The first finish is excellent. I know it's fortuitous that we got the ball in that position, but you got to get there and you got to finish it. We had a number of shots that Emile Smith-Rowe couldn't quite score, although he did score a fantastic goal, of course, this evening. But Eddie Nketiah scored them, fought for it and got it. Eddie went crazy, says Christian. Let's go, says Juno, who has become a brand new member of the channel. Thank you so much, Juno, for that as well. Nights like these, absolutely ideal. El Neni, man of the match. Wow. I mean, I did a debate piece with Kaya and Tash and Bailey the other day on Football.London. I was the only one that said that El Neni has got a part to play this season. The only one. Well, you know, I was right on that one. I may not have been right on Nketiah, but I certainly was right on El Neni. Wow, unbelievable stuff. Number one lover says, Tom, can you please settle something for me? Did we play a back five tonight? It was fluid. It looked like a back four, if I'm honest. I think it was a back four of White, of Holding, Gabriel and Nuno. It looked a back four. But obviously it was fluid and we defended exceptionally well. And actually El Neni played a huge part in kind of, you know, getting back into the defence and making it a five. Saka did the same thing as well. Just brilliant. I couldn't ask for more. I could ask for a better defensive performance in the first half. Anyone could ask for that. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Oh, and you know what's just so juicy? Just so incredibly satisfyingly juicy is the look on Azpilicueta's face. If anyone can clip the look on his face after we score the penalty, send it my way because I want that framed. I want that framed. I'm going to put it up on the wall. I'm going to blow it up to what, you know, massive, like wall-sized picture of Cesar Azpilicueta's face, just so angry and annoyed because, oh, he hates Arsenal. You can tell he genuinely hates Arsenal. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Chris P, can we please now have more respect for Eddie? Absolutely. He's not perfect, but he's one of us. He's what we love. It's what we have. He loves the club. How many clubs have that? And look, he starts. He starts against Man United. There's absolutely no debate. There's no conversation to be had. Lacazette is on the bench. And Nketiah starts against Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt. George says that was a player the manager put his confidence in. And again, you go to Arteta and you have to say fair play for him to pick him. Because he didn't have to pick him. He didn't have the best of games against Southampton. In fact, I thought he was exceptionally poor against Southampton. Didn't really put himself about in the same way that he did today. It looked like a player with a point to prove. And Arteta kept faith in him again. He could have started Gabriel Martinelli up front, as a lot of us would have done. He could have started Nicolas Pepe, as a lot of us would have done. He didn't. He continued with Eddie Nketiah, and it paid off. It paid off absolutely. Bear me for 1 second because I need the liquid of life. I need that elixir. I think we've got a brand new member as well joining in the chat box as well. We've also got a super chat from Zizzy. Thank you so much, mate, for the support. Really appreciate that. We've got Super Ed and Nketiah. Absolutely. We've also got a brand new member, Anukrisis, or Anakrusis. It's probably pronounced much more differently than that. But thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting the channel as well. Really appreciate the support in the chat box tonight, people. If you haven't already dropped a like on the channel, please make sure you do. Need that support. Need to keep fulfilling the positivity. Because, you know, we're in a top four race. We're in a position where we're Arsenal fans. We want our team to win. We want them to go to the next level. It's not about Arteta in, Arteta out. It's about Arsenal in. It's about Arsenal winning the next game, going to that next level, proving doubters wrong. That's what we want to see. The biggest of critics we can be, absolutely. But we want Arsenal to succeed. We want Arsenal to win. We want them to go to that next level. No matter who is in charge, we want Arsenal to be successful. Bradley says, all right, how much are we going to overreact? We're coming for third. Lewis says, what a performance, boys. El Neni looked solid, but thought Nuno was excellent. Whilst might have been slow for their second, was a constant threat and was brave. Lewis, I'll be honest. I think you and me may have watched different games because I really was quite critical of Nuno throughout. I thought he did some good things, yeah, and absolutely for the goal. For the goal, Eddie Nketiah's second goal, the pass inside to Saka. The pass inside to Nketiah was excellent. And that they're the positives, but Nuno really did make me worry for most of that game. I'll be very, very, very honest with you. Oh, that's a terrible spot. Jesus. Look at that. Like Rudolph today. Iron says, love being proven wrong like this. Hope Eddie continues to prove me and many others wrong as well. Kim B says, how on earth did Mount not get sent off? Incredible. How on earth did we not call up the Ben White foul for their second goal? I'm sorry, but Mount takes out Ben White, does he not? I've seen it back. He takes him out. I know that there's poor defending in the first point. I'm not trying to defend that poor defending part, but surely there was a foul on Ben White for their second goal. And it looked like every opportunity that the referees had to try and give Chelsea something they did. We earned that performance. We absolutely earned it, indeed. Stephen, thank you so much, mate, for becoming a member of the channel. You've joined the Positivity crew, TGT gang. Welcome, Stephen. into the crew. Of course, if you want to join our Discord server, which, by the way, was popping off during the game, the Discord server was going insane. If you want to join our Discord, become an expert member, become a TGT ambassador, link in the description to our link tree, and you can find out how to get involved. It is a wonderful community of positive people, constantly bigging up the Arsenal. Vinny, my friend, who I will be meeting for the first time tomorrow, along with plenty more listeners, as we are live at the Hippodrome in Leicester Square. Show hosted by Lee Judges TV. Dan, of course. Potsy is going to... Oh, I'm going to be excited for my conversation with Potsy tomorrow. Me and Harry Simmy are going to go. And with all the positivity in the world, I'm going to bake him a bit of humble pie, you know. I'm going to just slide it in Danny. That sentence was going to come out so wrong. Humble pie going into Dan Potts' oven. That sounds incredibly rude, and we're going to continue with it because Danny Boy's going to love it. He's going to love that little bit of humble pie to eat. And, of course, Sophie from the Highbury Squad organising the entire thing with Kev Campbell. I'll see you there tomorrow evening, 7 till 9. There are still a few tickets left. If you would like to join us, it's going to be a great evening now after tonight's performance. 7 till 9, Hippodrome, Leicester Square. If you want to go, email Sophie, thehighburysquads@gmail.com with your interest about going tomorrow night. It's going to be a fantastic, positive evening. Lots of drinks, lots of chat, lots of Arsenal legends in terms of Kevin Campbell as well. Do make sure you join in. James Brooks, Tom, one thing. Here we go. Love that, James. Fantastic stuff, mate. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Chris, thank you so much again for the super chat, mate. It's amazing how many people want Pepe to start by his lack of minutes, but not Eddie. His progression is stunted due to the lack of minutes. I wanted Gnabry to stay, and I want Eddie to stay too. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play for sticking by him. Christopher Smith, I thought Nuno was okay, Tom. Hopefully it pumps up his confidence indeed. Kubik says, I tell you what, the Egyptian king himself, best Mohammed in the league. Oh, I think Mohamed Salah would have something to say about that, mate. Did very well today. Yeah, he was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic, was Mohamed El-Neni. Absolutely brilliant. Noah says, I am jealous, guys. I live in the literal other side of the world. I'm sorry that you can't be there, Noah. It's going to be a great evening. I'm looking forward to seeing as many listeners as feasibly possible tomorrow. Make sure you come over and say hi. We're going to have lots of drinks, lots of photos, lots of everything. It's going to be an amazing evening. And I'm honestly, the best thing that could have happened was this result before tomorrow's live show. It's going to be great. Chant of the season, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. Just like the old days. There's nobody here. Thupton says, Tom, do you think Ramsdale is playing with an injury? Because he's not been the same player. He does seem a little bit under more pressure, and maybe a couple of mistakes are creeping in. What I would say is it was nice to see some of the really refined passing coming back into his game. There was a specific pass in particular, went straight to Martin Odegaard in the central part of the midfield. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't already checked that replay out, you need to go and find it because it was brilliant. And it says Alonso nutmegged twice in a matter of 5 minutes. Yeah, let's talk about the Xhaka nutmeg, because where on earth has that come from? The confidence, the composure, the stupidity, arguably, to even try that is beautiful. Julder says, I love your positivity. It's what we are, mate. We're optimistic. We're positive. We talk about Arsenal because we love Arsenal. We want Arsenal to win because we love Arsenal. It's not about Arteta out, Arteta in. It doesn't matter. It's Arsenal in. That's what we talk about. That's what we want. And that's why everybody joins us every single week, every single show, every single morning at 8 a.m. If you don't know, and you've never been to the channel before, we do an 8 a.m. show UK time every single day. You can go back and look over the videos. We do it all the time. We have other people on the show that you probably recognise from other places too. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. There's over 860 of you watching. Thank you so much. Let's join the positivity hype train. Absolutely brilliant stuff. The Onyx Lens becoming a member as well. Brilliant. So many people joining up to the TGT gang this evening. Sammy says, great job Nketiah. Love the guy, but let's be honest, going forward, he's not the one. I hope he helps us for these last few games, though, to get that top four and leaves with a nice little legacy. Look, that's all I've asked for. All I ask for from Eddie Nketiah is to give 110%. That's all I want to see from him. That's all I want to get from a player that has been at the club since he was a kid, joined us from Chelsea in the youth team as a teenager, and is coming through and is doing great things. Amazing stuff. Brilliant. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Do you do this full time? Says, I do this and my other job, which is to write about Arsenal for Football.London, Tom. So yeah, Arsenal's kind of my life. So if you can imagine, after the last 3 defeats, the last 3 weeks has been really tough. And that's really why this win means so, so much, because where your entire life focuses around Arsenal and you get up in the morning and you spend, and I know it's a dream job and I know it's a job that a lot of people wish they had and I don't take it for granted, but when you lose 3 games in a row, I'll tell you, it is tough coming up with content and creating content and writing about Arsenal because it's so painful. So honestly, this win just means so, 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 so much. Tulip, thank you so much for becoming a member or renewing your membership. Thank you so much. I recognise your name, Tulip, so I'm sure you've been here before. Thank you so much for the support. Carol says, Arsenal had to watch the match at work, but I loved every second. Mate, that's the best work day of your life, Cal. Come on, if you're watching that game at work, you've had an absolute treat there. Ian says, Tom, are you even surprised by this result? No. It is the most Arsenal thing. You lose against Southampton, you lose against Brighton, you lose against Palace, you come up against Chelsea. No one gives you a chance. No one gives Arsenal a hope in hell, and everything is going against us. And we pull that performance out. It's so Arsenal. And to be honest, it was predictable. And it's why I predicted an Arsenal win, and it's why I said I thought that there would be moments. I wrote an entire article about the fact that I thought that Chelsea would be more open, and because we've struggled to break teams down in the last few weeks, that would enable Arsenal to get in behind, find the spaces, press them, latch onto those errors, because they've made errors. That's not the first time they've conceded 4 goals at home. Only a few weeks did they lose 4-1 to Brentford. It's not a huge surprise. It's a great welcome shock to see it actually come to fruition, but it was not something that was not able to be predicted that would happen. And once again, how many years did we go without winning at a top 6 rival in the league away from home? That's back-to-back seasons at Stamford Bridge, 2 wins, Old Trafford, first time last season we got that since 2006. The one thing you have to say about Arteta, for all of his faults, and he's not perfect, and we criticise when there are criticisms to be made, but when there are times to praise, it is now. And he has been able to turn around Arsenal's record away from home against these big teams. We've got teams like Liverpool. We've got a team like Manchester City. We still need to close the gap on them. Manchester United as well. I still want to see more consistency of that. And obviously we've got Spurs coming up, and that is a humongous game at Tottenham at the end of the season. If we can get a result in that game, you would have to say that top 4... It's the top 4 decider. There's no other way to talk about it. It is what it is. It's going to be an absolutely mentally huge game for Arsenal. Dylan says, Tom, finally got a live show. Dylan, welcome, my friends. I hope you're enjoying it. Drop a like on the video if I haven't done so already. Great result tonight. Absolutely. Amir says, Tom, let's please start with the Arteta praise. Look, he just set up how we wanted. I wanted a back 3, and it kind of was. It was a weird back 4, back 3 hybrid type situation. I wanted El Neni to play a part. I thought that Lokonga would be okay, but I'm glad he went with El Neni. I think he made so many correct decisions tonight. His substitutions were spot on. I was sitting there on the sofa saying, Smith throw off, Cedric on, go to the back 5 more rigidly. It happened. Bring Martinelli on. The game was tailor-made for Martinelli. It was absolutely tailor-made for him to come on in those moments when Chelsea are pressing, get his energy on, replace Nketiah, and he did that perfectly. When we're winning games, his game management is really quite solid in these moments. The area that Arteta needs to improve on is obviously when we're behind and we need to try and change the game to help us win them. We didn't have that against Southampton. He made mistakes. He took both fullbacks off. That was an error. But tonight, to bring the players on that you did at the right time, in the right moments, and in the right changes, in those times, we're good. We really are quite good at holding on to those positions. And if we can get enough quality into this Arsenal team, and we're enough that we are going ahead in games against the likes of Southampton and Brighton and Palace, and we're getting the leads earlier on, and we're not conceding goals stupidly. It shows you that Arsenal is a coiled spring. That's what Arsenal is. It's a sleeping giant, but most of all, it is a coiled spring that has so much potential about it that if you just add a little bit more quality, the world-class striker, the world-class central midfielder, the depth that we desperately need, you're providing that extra push to allow that spring to explode, and that's what we're waiting for. That's what we want to see. Mr. Joe Kerr says, Tom, I wouldn't have predicted that result in my wildest dreams. Amazing result, an amazing feeling, absolutely. Mario says, sensational, Tom. Who thought we would win 4-2 up the Arsenal? Inga says, what a revenge for Arteta. Perfect game plan, perfect subs. Oh, I'm really proud to be a Gooner. Thanks, Sam. That's really kind of you, mate. Paul, loves seeing Ødegaard doing his thing, pressing the crap out of Chelsea. Little things. I tell you what, Ødegaard's been off for the last few games. I really haven't been that enthused by his performances, and this is coming from the #1 Martin Ødegaard fanboy. But tonight was every little ounce of Martin Ødegaard that I just love and enjoy, and just the feeling of seeing a player that is so archetypally Arsenal. His touch, the movement, the passing, the quickness of thought, the touches, his awareness of space. He's not a refined player. He's still 23. The captain tonight as well. There's so much leadership in his game. It's just beautiful to see that type of performance. It really genuinely is absolutely brilliant to see it. Hilmy says, so Tom, are we going with this lineup against United? I'm not sure if we go with this lineup, Hilmy, against United. I think maybe we do a couple of tweaks. I think we can get United a bit more. But arguably, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe we do. I've been asking for us to really approach these last 7 games as if they're cup finals, and we went with the cup final kind of formation-ish that we used in the 2020 performance and the run-in for that year. It's all to play for. That was our hardest game, along with Spurs. That was our hardest game that we had left, and we've won that. We've lost some really, you'd think that no-brainers. And if we don't qualify for the top 4 this season because of those results, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt even more now that we've given ourselves even more hope. But everyone had written us off. Everyone was bantering us. You look at the replies to the tweets earlier on today. The tweets like yesterday with the press conference. There's a bit, one of the things that we do at Football.London, one of the things I'm tasked to do is, one of the articles we write is a write around responses, because I'm part of the Fan Brands team. We do a lot of fan-focused stuff. And one of the ways we do articles is to look at the responses and, come up with an angle around the responses. And I was looking through the responses yesterday to the tweets coming out from the Arsenal social media account, and it's just so toxic. It's so toxic and horrid right now that this result, it won't get rid of it. Don't get me wrong. It's the toxicness is, if that's a word, toxicity. That's what I want. It's not going to go anywhere. But what that result will do is that hopefully it will unite the fan base a lot more. It hopefully will bring out a lot more the positivity in the fan base. A lot of people that have been quite quiet in the last few weeks, as you would be, you're a positive fan. You want a big result. You want a big win. And you've been losing game after game after game. And you're seeing all this negativity, all this toxicity, all this Arteta out stuff, which, I respect. If that's your opinion about the manager, that's fine. You're entitled to view what you want to view. You've got valid reasons for that. There's been plenty of examples of it this season where it's not gone right. But just this type of result can really galvanise a team, can really unite a fan base, can really bring the positivity to the fore. And that's what we're seeing. And that's what we want to see going forwards, is the Arsenal positivity back and that buoyancy and hope that we can get top 4. And that's what a result like this can do. Those lads in that dressing room is going to be great. Top 4 would be an absolute dream. It would be an absolute dream, because there is this feeling that this Arsenal team can go to that next level if it gets the Champions League, if it's able to get the players that it wants to get in the summer. It's to think what we could do is a really exciting prospect, and I hope that we can have that. So another super chat put into the chat box. Gregory, a very committed and loyal listener to the channel, leaves constant comments every single video. I know I can't reply to all of them, but thank you, Greg, for the support. Thank you for continued watching. Really appreciate you, mate. And I'm in heaven too. I'm in Gooner bloody heaven. Yeah, a great way to put it up. Ruben says, to people who are new, Tom hosts a channel devoid of sensationalism and negativity. Facts and positivity is the reason that this channel represents my Arsenal. Thank you, Ruben. That's really kind of you. And you do sum up the channel very well. It's not to say that we don't have people on the channel, or I don't criticise, or I just ignore the negative things, or ignore the criticism that happen. We talk about things objectively. We talk about it in a grounded fashion. We're not sensationalist. We talk about Arsenal because that's what we love. 2 seconds. I need more elixir because my voice is going to go soon. Oh, beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes. Nitin says it's 2:30 a.m. here, and I'm sure I won't be able to sleep for the next hour. Lynn says, do you think, Tom, it is because when Mikel was at City, it was very rare that they lost, and maybe that's his weakness, perhaps? To be honest, I just think his weakness is inexperience. This is his first job, and it was a huge risk that we appointed him, and we're going to make mistakes because of that. But the potential is really, really there. Owen says, it's a good day when TC isn't wearing black. Yeah, if you watch the channel a lot, it's the go-to. Tomorrow at the Hippodrome, probably going to have to wear it just for the stereotype. Vinny, 900 of you watching. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Do drop a like if you just dip in, dip out. If you just joined to drop a like, I really appreciate the support as always. And I'll be live, not tomorrow morning, actually. There won't be a live show tomorrow morning because I'm in the office. But there will be a live show for you from Leicester Square in the Hippodrome alongside Harry Symeou, Lee Judges, Sophie from the Highbury Squad, Dan Potts. Make sure if you want to come along, we will be streaming it live across the Highbury Squad and Lee Judges TV. But if you want to be there, there's only a few tickets left. And if you want to go, thehighburysquad@gmail.com. Make sure you email Sophie. She's in London right now, and you can get the last few tickets that are going. There's lots of the listeners that I know are in the chat box watching tonight going, because they've all let me know that they are. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic evening, and tonight's result has made it even better. Thanks, Freddie. Really appreciate that. Really nice comment. Love the positivity in the chat box. Away says, Tom, since November, Ødegaard has created more chances than Arnold and De Bruyne. Stat from Sky Sports. He's an unbelievable player. He's an unbelievably good player, and probably still underrated by much of the fan base, to be honest. Superfly D, let's go Arsenal. Let's go indeed. Amir says, Tom, I swear, if we get top 4, people will still find... Probably. It's the way of the world, mate. It's the way of the world. It's how it works. Tarun, thank you so much for the donation. That's really kind of you. Effing yes, Tom. See, and also, I know, I love this, that even the super chat is trying to get around the the censorship. They know what we're about. Top 4 in our hands again. Have to win versus United and hope Brentford take points off Spurs over the weekend. Great run to the finish, this. Akmal says, will there be a recording? It all should be live, mate. It should be going out live on the Highbury Squad and Lee Judges TV tomorrow as well. If he says he is too stubborn, took him 3 games to change to a back 3. Like I keep saying, he has a good ideas, but sometimes it's really annoying. How we feel, we still being negative, man. How are we still being negative? Enjoy it. Enjoy the fact that we've beaten Chelsea. I really don't get it. Why is the mindset still trying to get the... I don't get it. I really don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Iron Cub says, Tom, I think the next 2 game weeks are more decisive than the North London derby. We play United and West Ham. Chelsea play West Ham United. Spurs play Brentford. And I think Liverpool... Yeah, look, it's a huge week. And things can change. And momentum swings. And that is a result that can swing momentum. We need to double down. We need to get a win against United. There's no doubt in my mind that we have to win. We have to win all of our games. We can't afford to drop points. We really, really can't. Benjamin says, swear it was a back 4 until the 74th minute. It was really kind of fluid, Ben. It was really fluid. Oh, sorry, you might be like Ben White, to be fair. I apologise. Benjamin. It was quite fluid. Back 4, back 5, it really was changing. Matt, first time watching live. What a game, Matt. Thank you for your support, mate. Really appreciate you tuning in. Absolute legend. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as we all did. Manny says, enjoy it, mate. Have some drinks. Tomorrow night it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot. And I'm off work on Friday. Whoop. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Glenn says, wanting to continue improving is not the same as needless negativity. Even after a great win, the best will look for areas to improve. And I'm sure that we will do that, Glenn. It's not about... That's not what I'm discrediting at all. It's the negativity. I think there is a difference between criticism and negativity. Criticism and wanting the team to lose. Criticism and, just not being able to enjoy Arsenal winning. There are differences between... and I think that's what we point out on the channel. The Sox Guy, great name, says, who do you hate more, in what order? Chelsea, United and Tottenham. Hate Tottenham most, then Chelsea, then United. It's as simple as that for me. Alex says the Bolton Baresi. Rob Holding. He had a couple of moments, but actually, again, in a back 4, in a back 3, he's been really, really, really good. Really, really good. Paul says to sustain positivity within the fan base, we should have El Neni and Xhaka in our midfield till the end of the season. Vishal says Ramsdale had a bit of a slog today, but big win at the Bridge. I'll take it. Iron Cub says we can look to improve tomorrow. Let's just enjoy this win tonight. Great way to put it. Ozzy says, name a bad game El Neni has had. Maybe because he rarely plays, I don't know, but I trust El Neni, and that goes a long way for me. It probably is because of the rarity in which he plays, and the good performances stand out. Tonight stands out. Old Trafford stands out. All of those things, all of those games really, really genuinely did improve things. Noel says, Saka putting that penalty at the back of the net was so satisfying after the disgraceful comments after the Euros. I said the same thing after it happened. The pressure on Bukayo Saka, the responsibility, the leadership he took, a 20-year-old kid picking up the ball after the European Championships miss and all of the abuse, everything that he suffered in that game and after that game, the relief, the pressure, the finish, the composure, amazing. Amazing. Just so good. Yoki, thank you so much for the donation, mate. Huge win. We get a European spot for sure now. European spot, indeed. That's what we need to be aiming for. Over says it's 5 a.m. in Hong Kong. Xhaka played his best game. Thanks for your aftermatch show. Enjoying your evening. Over, thank you so much for tuning in, mate. Absolute legend. Ivan says Xhaka channeled his inner Messi with the nutmegs. Sam says, we are young, but we are unafraid, fearless, confident. There's a self-belief in this team that you only can appreciate. Anyway, there's a lot more Arsenal channels out there that I'm sure you're going to go and want to watch as well. So we're going to wrap things up there. Harry Simeon, make sure you check him out. Lee Judges TV. Highbury Squad, of course, as well. Dan Potts, you'll be able to see it at Lee Judges. The Bergkamp Wonderland, make sure you're over there and watching their show. I'm sure the Gooners Pod are going to do something too. Same old Arsenal, of course, as well with Amanda. There's loads of shows out there that you can go and watch. I know I'm forgetting plenty, and apologies if I have. But make sure you go and listen. And last of all, again, I've got to plug this one more time. If you do want to come along tomorrow night, Leicester Square, if you're free in a Thursday evening, Hippodrome, 7 till 9, 18 plus. If you want to go, if you want to see myself, Harry, Lee Judges, Sophie from the Highbury Squad, Dan Potts, Kevin Campbell, if you want to see all of us chatting about Arsenal for 2 hours tomorrow night, email thehighburysquad@gmail.com. And as I said, there's only a few more tickets left. So make sure, if you want to go, come along. It's going to be really, really fun. I can't believe that result. I can't believe that. It's just so good. So good. It's just the perfect. It was such a necessary big turning point in the season. Oh, man, getting emotional. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate your time as always. And drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And I'm sure you did. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. There won't be an 8 a.m. tomorrow because I'm in the office tomorrow in London for Football London. So there won't be. But there will be a 10 a.m. show on the Arsenal Way, another channel if you're not aware of it. Link in the description. As always, it's been an absolute, genuine, ultimate, brilliant, amazing, fantastic. How many more superlatives can we come up with? Awesome, joyous time to spend with you just after we've battered Chelsea. Chelsea get battered everywhere they go, even at the bridge. See you later, guys. Have a great evening. And as always, up the Arsenal.